Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Melissa, and today I'm going to be doing a project pan style video or a use it up style video. So this was the first video that I ever posted on my channel. It was products that I wanted to use up for the year, and so it kind of has a little bit of a nostalgic feel for me. I know when I first was thinking about putting a video up, I didn't know anything about recording videos, editing them. I had bought a camera and I thought, you know, if this really is a total disaster, I'll just bring it back and return the camera. But I probably spent the next week on my commute to and from work rehearsing what I was going to say. And because I didn't know anything about editing, I actually had to do it all in one take. I could trim the end and I could trim the beginning, but all that middle stuff is all one take. And I did the first one and it was okay. I had one little mess up and I recorded it a second time, and that's the one I ended up posting on my channel. So I'll include a link because maybe you're interested in seeing that very first video. Maybe you're not. So let's just jump right into the products, and I'll show you the things that I plan on using up this year. So I'm going to start off with applying what I can. This is not a full face of products here, but I'm going to apply what I can as I put my makeup on today and talk about them, and then share some of the other things at the end. So the first thing I'm going to apply to my face today is the Garnier Skin Renew Anti-Puff Eye Roller. And I would say there's about this much left in it. It's very refreshing. One of the things I like about this is that the roller on top is that metal that is like hyper cooling, and it feels really refreshing to put on your eyes first thing in the morning. This, I think, would be a great like introductory eye product for someone, you know, maybe in their late 20s who's starting to experience some dryness under their eyes, but not really heavy-duty dryness. For someone a little bit more mature, it's probably not enough. And that's what I have found. It's not enough. So the next product is the Paula's Choice Lip and Body Treatment Balm. I have definitely hit major pan on this. I really love this product, and I have a fresh one waiting for me. So I kind of just want to use it up so I don't have two kicking around. What I really love about this is you can do so many things with it. You can apply it to your cuticles. You can use it as a lip balm if you have, you know, really dry elbows, feet, you know, you could apply it anywhere. So this is a great travel piece because it does multiple things and it's very compact. So the next product is this Perricone No Foundation Serum, and I held off shaking it so you can see how much I have left. You know, it's a couple of applications. I like this. It's not a lot of coverage, but I like it for the weekends. So it does come with a little dropper, and basically I just put a few drops on my fingertip and work it into my skin. So one of the other things I liked about this is it does have an SPF 30, so it is kind of all in one, a treatment, protection, and a little bit of color. This is probably not a repurchase for me, mostly because I am always trying new things, and I probably have about 6 foundations open on my table right now. Speaking of foundations, the next thing I'm going to show you is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation, and my shade is light neutral. It comes in a compact like this. I am just about done with this. I just want to use up the little corners. I am kind of OCD in that regard. I do kind of pull those little corners out and break them up with the bottom handle of my makeup brush, almost like turning them into a loose powder, and use them. I'm going to go ahead and apply this just as kind of like a spot coverage over the Perricone around my nose where I have some redness. I have a blemish here, and probably just leave it at that. It's not a foundation that I'm really using much this time of year. It's more of my summer foundation, so I'm just going to use it up to kind of like spot treat like I just talked about. And yes, I love this quite a bit, and I have repurchased it. So the next product I want to talk about is this Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Eyeshadow, and it has a broad spectrum SPF 15. I'm not going to use this today because I have another eye product I want to use, but it is just a nice little cream, so it gives nice coverage and it dries to a nice soft finish. It's not terribly tacky, so it's not going to really grab the shadow really well. It's probably more suited to someone who maybe has slightly oilier eyelids as opposed to someone who has really dry eyelids. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is this Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow, and the color I have is in Suede, which I believe was a limited edition shade for their Navy and Nudes collection. And I've had it probably about 2 years, and I've used a big chunk of it. I'm thrilled that it is still fairly creamy, but I recently picked out a new color and I noticed that this is a little bit drier, so I want to go ahead and use as much of this as I can this year. I like to apply these with a synthetic brush, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab a brush like this. You can also use your finger to apply this. I usually end up getting it all over if I just use my fingers, so I like using a brush. So I'm really excited. Bobbi Brown is launching a couple of new shades in this formula for the spring. I'm definitely going to be picking up 1 or 2 of those. I love these for the summertime when you really want to melt proof your makeup. This is an awesome product. It's great year round, but particularly in the summer when you just don't want a lot of heavy makeup, it's a great look. So the next thing I want to finish up is a Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've had this way longer than I care to admit. I can't even really read what the color is anymore. The packaging has changed. I probably have about a week's worth of application, so I want to use this up. I have a couple other brow pencils that I want to try out. I just tinted my brows. I'll leave a link to that tutorial, but I am just going to fill in a little bit. So next up is a concealer. It's the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle Concealer, and this is in the Brightener shade. I really like this concealer, but as you can see, I'm close to the bottom. I've had it a while. I have a couple of new concealers that I love that probably have bounced this out of the makeup drawer. You're wondering what those are. One's drugstore, one's high-end. Maybelline Fit Me, and the Urban Decay Naked Skin. But I do want to use this up. This is something I used quite a lot. I especially liked it when I was doing a big smoky eye because it really was a big brightener under there. You know, I don't mind the applicator. Boy, it's been a while since I've used this. And I'll blend it in with a damp beauty blender. So this is on the verge of being maybe too dry. I ended up mixing a little bit of eye cream in there with it. I'll have to decide whether it's something I'm going to really continue to use or maybe I'll pitch it out. Next up, I have the NYX Radiant Finishing Powder. And I really do enjoy using these multiple shade powders because I do feel like it does brighten your skin quite a bit. And I really love the one from e.l.f. that's in like a quad, and I've probably used up a couple of those. And I thought, oh, I'll give this a try and see how it compares, you know, another drugstore product. And I don't like it as well, which is why it's still sitting here. One of the reasons why I don't like it as well is lightest shade has like a little bit of, I don't know, seems to have a little bit of shimmer to it. And I don't like that. I'm just going to go ahead and swirl my brush in here. So I really like using a brightening powder. I think it gives a little extra luminosity to the skin. And, you know, especially with something like this, which is maybe a hair too dark for me this time of year, it helps kind of transition a little bit in the shade range. What a difference a little mascara and liner make. Huh, just saying. So I have a few items left and I'm going to quickly go through them. So the next item is the Bioderma Micellar Water. I only have a very little bit of this left. So I just really want to use it up. I have a couple other waters that I want to try, and I really have enjoyed using this. I really wish this was sold in the United States in the drugstore. And I know you can order it online. I know Beautylish carries it. And I just am philosophically opposed to paying for shipping for something like this. That's just me. The next item is a little perfume. It's C by Chloe. And I've used about half of this. It has a cute little applicator, like just a little, actually I have a love-hate with this applicator. Certainly prevents you from putting on too much when, like the spray, but it's a little, I don't know. It's weird. It's not what I'm used to. Apparently I'm not a change agent. I like this perfume quite a bit. I have a new favorite, and I really just want to use this up. It's really more of what I would consider a winter fragrance. So I want to go ahead and use this up and not let it go to waste. I can see it's starting to maybe discolor a little bit. So I really want to focus on it. It still smells great, and I just don't want it to go bad. And the last item I want to use up is this foot cream. I picked this up at the Red Door Spa after getting a pedicure one time because I have really dry, cracked heels. And the woman says to me, she goes, "Do you ever use foot cream?" Seriously? Yes, I do. Some people just have really cracked, dry, ugly feet. So I've used a fair amount of this. I want to finish it up. It has kind of a menthol fragrance. I don't even know if they sell it anymore in the store. I paid a ridiculous amount of money for it. Yes, I'm not going to say it out loud, but here's the price tag. Why do we do that? How much is in here? 6 ounces. I have no words for that, but I'm going to use every last bit of it. But I want to put it front and center just so I don't forget to use it, because that's what happens. I have it tucked away in a drawer and I forget to use it. So that wraps up my project pan items that I have pulled out of my collection that I want to use up this year. Clearly some of these I'll use up very quickly, and then I'll probably rotate something else into its place. So I have kind of 10 or 12 going all at the same time. I'll update you through the year, and I'd love to know if you are doing anything like this year. If you are and you've done a video, send me a link. I'm curious. If not, take a picture of what you're using up and tag me it or tweet me it or send it to me on Snapchat. I'm just interested and a little bit nosy. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.